Yes, so I got it in the butt. So we were out at an open play this past Saturday.
Don't worry, this is family friendly. You can keep it on in the car. This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. The official podcast of Pickleball is here in your ear holes. Big Dink Energy here for you again. So come and join us around the kitchen counter. And Steph, I know you had something right away.
Yes, so I got it in the butt.
Well. After all these years of
yes.
trying.
So this is the I got it in the butt pickleball edition, though.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Explain.
So we were out at an open play this past Saturday.
Don't worry, this is family friendly. You can keep it on in the car.
And I was playing with a lady named Jenny because it was an open play level 1, which is really nice because then everybody out there is at your same level. And so I'm up at the kitchen line and she's, towards the back. And I'm, up at the kitchen line, so ready. And literally like a bullet, she drives this ball into my butt. I thought I had been shot.
We're taking fire.
It was
Medic.
like bam in the butt. She first was like, I am so sorry. And we just started laughing. Everybody was laughing because everybody heard it. It was so loud and powerful.
Did you grab your butt cheek and like roll on the ground?
I mean, I felt it was like, I've been shot. Like it was not like a graze.
Pickler down.
It was so powerful.
A powerful experience, you're saying.
It was a powerful experience.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Like the whole game just stopped. It was just an incredible, life-changing experience to get it in the butt for the first time.
So,
do you have a welt?
I did have a little red mark.
Did you show everybody?
On my cheekage.
Maybe it's on our Insta. Go over and see. Pickleball is one of those games that's just kind of a pickup thing. And it made me start thinking of games we played as kids, because in my generation, right after the war, the big one, WW2.
Oh, Lord.
We didn't have iPads. We didn't have all the electronics. So most of your time, especially in the summer, spent outside, like kick the can and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I look at pickleball kind of like that, almost, being a semi-pro adjacent rec player that I am. And so I came across something I thought was really interesting, too, was the PFC. This is the Pillow Fight Championships. This is an actual thing. This is a semi-pro sports league. Heck, it may be just pro sports league.
Seriously?
Yeah, pillow fighting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that was like a fun game I ever did.
No, I hated pillow fights.
Really?
I was all about like the original flirting simulator.
Gosh. What?
Heads up, 7-Up.
Oh, Heads Up 7.
Oh, you used to peek, look at those kids' shoes, and just I love that game.
Heads Up. What is Heads Up 7-Up?
You would put your head down, and then there would be people up at the front of the class.
Uh-huh.
And then they would
keep your thumb
put your thumb up, and then they would go and tap your thumb, and then you had to go guess which kid tapped your thumb. And it was like such a flirty thing too at that age. Like you're talking about like 5th, 6th grade. It was like, ooh, he touched my thumb.
Oh my gosh.
He got it in the butt.
Oh, Lord.
That was such a fun game. And Duck, Duck, Goose and all of those games.
Yeah. So Kick the Can was another one. So I started thinking like, what are the games we played, whether it was in class or out in the playground that would, could make a comeback as a professional sports league?
I know for me, like Foursquare, that was like the birthplace of drama and ego and like fast serves. I think that's where I really got my competitiveness.
There is a tag league. There's a league of tag. I think we saw that in the background when we were at like a Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's, you want to sponsor this episode? Go ahead. I think we saw that. Wasn't it on the background on one of the TVs? They were playing tag. It's kind of like something a little like court. That. And so tag would be another one of those games. What do you think out there? Tell us on bdepodcast.com or go over to our Instagram and tell us the games you think could make a comeback as a semi-pro or pro sports league.
well, not semi-pro, but my favorite was double dutch.
Oh, I'm
You were
horrible.
either good
yeah,
or you
No.
got your
I am
butt tangled
horrible.
up in that, and I loved it. That like in out, trying to get that timing. Oh,
Mhm.
I could never get it.
that was the best.
And if you played with those plastic jump ropes, you take one to the head.
oh, I loved that.
That's
You
worse than
take them to the
taking it
shin
in
and
the
it just
butt.
takes you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were some fun games. I liked
Yeah.
Red Rover too, like shoulder dislocation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the best, just to clothesline
Clothesline somebody.
someone.
Yep.
Well, and then we saw the movie Dodgeball. Dodgeball was one of those games you played in the gym on a rainy day. And when, man, listen, if you don't think you can smell a picture, pull up a picture of a red dodgeball. You can smell that. You can feel it. You may even have a scar from it still.
Dodgeball was like the epitome of like the cliques. You know, like you would get those people you didn't like on the opposite side, and it was game.
Yeah. And there was another one I saw that I don't know if it is a real thing, and it's probably in Florida because everything like this is in Florida. It was like the balloon, like at a rainy day, you'd had a balloon and you just had to keep it off the ground, right? It was your hit, and it was your
Poor man
siblings.
game.
Yeah, then it was your siblings' hit. I don't even know what you would call it, like keepy uppy or something like that. But I saw another league. I saw like a league. They had like a court. There was a car parked in there, and there was some like other obstacles, like furniture, like a couch, I think. And it was just it was a game of keeping the balloon off the ground.
How about, did you ever play Mother May I?
Not really.
No, that's
No.
like Power Trip Central.
What about hopscotch?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
about Red Light, Green Light?
Yes.
Yes.
Red Light, Green Light is kind of like that. What is that new thing? Well, it's probably not new anymore. And we told the kids they weren't allowed to watch it.
Oh, Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Oh
like
my
Red Light,
God.
Green Light. I think
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
No.
Or
I haven't seen
Telephone.
it.
Oh, yes. Telephone was a good
Oh,
one.
just
That's
gossip.
not a game.
Just
That was just sitting
gossipy.
there, right?
No,
Yeah, it was a
like,
game you would play. It's like, oh, Stephanie kissed Guy. But
It's
then
not
by
a
the time it
game.
got around,
That's
it
not
was
a-
like,
no, there's no activity there. You just
that's a, you
you
used to
leaned
play that
over
on
to somebody.
when it
You-
was raining outside.
You played it at
Mhm.
church camp. That was one of those games
No,
you played at
we
church
used to
camp.
play it inside.
Dumb. How many people did you have over? 5 people?
I'm talking about at school.
Oh, no.
when
we
they
didn't
would
do that.
wheel in the TV on the cart with your VHS in it.
We
Oh, yeah.
we had to go to the factory and put together airplanes for
Oh,
the war
stop.
effort.
And I feel like also like Duck Duck Goose, like you
That
just
was-
sit there and
that
then
was some
haul
ang-
ass in 5 seconds.
That
Right.
was some ankle breaking.
That was some ankle
Or
breaking,
arm breaking.
and that
Slipping.
was like you are not a sprinter, obviously, and you would just sit. At least I would be like, please don't pick me, and then it's like I'd have to get up, and it'd take me like 15 seconds to get
Yes.
up. I
Yes.
hated that game.
And if you were the fat kid, you're
And it
going to
was
let
always
out a
like,
little gas.
Duck, and they'd put their hand on you.
Mhm.
Duck, and then
Slowly.
goose. And I'd be like, well, I got to get up
And then
now.
take off
Yep.
like a lunatic. That may have been like an insane asylum game they invented.
I
and just brought it
I
to
hated that game
classrooms.
so much.
Oh,
Same,
yeah.
especially being so short. Like my legs aren't as long as everybody else's, and so by the time I would get up, like I'd have to like double speed run.
You have
didn't work.
You have less standing up to do though.
It's not that easy.
Oh, okay. Tell us what you think you could make a comeback, the game that you played outside as a kid at bdepodcast.com, or go find us at BDE Podcast or Big Dink Energy on the Instagram. Whatever sport you think could come back, you want to bring it back, whether it's pillow fighting championships, keepy uppy with the balloon, or world hopscotch championships, let us know.
Just the tip.
Quick pickleball wisdom in and out before you even know it.
Where to serve in pickleball. In pickleball doubles, you always serve to the diagonally opposite service court. Your serve must completely clear the kitchen line and land between the sideline and the baseline to count. The serve can land on the line for the baseline and sideline, but not on the kitchen line.
Just the tip.
It's time for Pickle Pals.
The people and places of pickleball around the nation, around the world here on the Big Dink Energy Podcast. And we're so thankful to have Wes, or Wes Dogg, as he's known on the social, here with us today talking about, his strategy, what he does with pickleball, and the community that he's developed around himself. So Wes and Wes Dogg. So how'd the nickname come about?
Dude, that's a great question. I wish the answer was cooler. When I was in like middle school, I didn't really have a nickname, so I just started just calling myself Wes Dogg,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of stuck as I got older. I think it was more of a joke that people were like just kind of playing into my little my little scheme. And then as I got into college and post grad and just normal life,
Yeah.
it just kind of it was seamless.
Yeah, I think in the middle school area, you really do have to kind of come out front with something like that, right? Or it will be given to you. You know, in the special operations community, you get nicknames given to you based on some stupid performance you had, and it just sticks with you. But I like that. I like that strategy, coming out strong in middle school and just saying, "Nope, this is what I would prefer," and then people picking it up and running with it. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So I've looked at your social of stuff, and that's how we found you and come across it. And I just love everything you're doing out there on the humor side and in the playing side. Some nice walk-off shots, right? Are those all luck, or is it because of carbon, or a little bit of both? Column A, column B.
I would like to say it's not all luck. I hope that I have a little bit of skill tied into there, and then the carbon gear certainly helps out. I mean, they're one of the best to do it, and I love it. But yeah, I mean, I'm drilling and training a lot, and so I'm hopeful that I can continue to hit some of those shots.
So you've played a lot of matches. What's one, if you can come up with it? What's one moment that made you think, "Yep, this is why I love the game," or "Yep, this is why I do it"?
I don't know if I have a specific instance that I can necessarily pull from, but I think a relatable experience for a lot of people is when you're playing a match, and it doesn't even matter the level of match that you're playing at or your
Right.
skill level, but almost one point out of every time you go and play, there's a point that's just absolutely crazy, right? One that
Yeah.
you wish,
Yeah.
man, we should have gotten this on camera. Like
Yes.
this would have gone
Yeah.
viral on the Dink or on kitchen pickleball or whatever.
Right. Right.
And that happens like so frequently. And
Yeah.
I just that just always brings you back to, man, this is just so much fun. And there's laughter happening on the court. Like, sure, when you're competing at a high level, that's super intense. And I don't want to take away from that. That's another side of things.
For sure.
That's awesome. But there's just so much levity and so much joy. And there's this communal aspect of pickleball
Yeah.
that I just think, man, this happens pretty much every single time that you go and play.
Yeah, it's for people who are not initiated yet or haven't been at that level yet, and you're just kind of dinking around, as we say. It's those videos you see where some dude flips a water bottle and everybody in the room freaks out, right? That's kind of like pickleball. When you hit that one shot and people see it, they surround you, they come around you like community to lift you up and be like, yes, that was awesome, ATP or Ernie or any any of those shots. And it's so fun to just see that community. It doesn't matter if you've never met this person before. When you see a good shot, you're cheering that person on, and it's just amazing. I don't know any other community that's like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a sweet time.
Yeah, that definitely comes across in all your social media too, just the amount of fun you have with it. You bring a ton of humor to what you're doing over there. I love it. It seems natural to you. Is that just kind of, it's a natural feel for you, or is it something you're developing?
When I got into college, especially around COVID, like I started making little TikTok videos just as I had nothing better to do.
Right.
And just things that I thought were funny, and gained some traction on TikTok. And I personally really enjoy sketch comedy, stand up, improv, that type of thing. And when I started doing the pickleball thing more full time, I just decided I think my avenue to get sponsorships, but also to get just some sort of being able to monetize pickleball in any sort of way.
Yeah.
The way forward for me was going to be kind of through this comedy section or comedy niche in social media, in the pickleball social media.
Yeah. You're rep by one of the biggest in the world right now, Carbon, right? So how did that relationship start?
Yeah. So if you've scrolled back to a lot of my earlier videos, one of my bits that I really leaned into was I wrote on a sheet of paper and taped it to my chest, your company name here, or sponsorship.
Nice.
And just would put it on a hat or put it on a t-shirt, and just really kind of leaned into that. And then a couple of my videos started doing pretty well, and I was starting to get a little bit more recognition from just smaller companies, but then some of the bigger companies started reaching out to me about partnering together in some sort of way. But it was more of hey, you post a video, we'll send you a paddle.
Nice.
Type of deal.
Yeah.
Nothing, no contract or any sort of anything past just a one-off type of situation. And then Carbon reached out to me, and one of their social media guys, his name is Brody. He's awesome. He's a mid 20-year-old that lives, that's from Southern California, and just reached out. We hopped on a Zoom call, and we were just hanging out. Like, it wasn't, there is a professionalism there of like, we're setting up emails and we're doing all the normal things that you do, when you're in the, business world type of thing. But, we hopped on a Zoom call, and he was like, "Hey, I want to send you some gear. We love all the stuff that you're doing. We think that this could be a potential partnership, and we just want to explore what that may look like." And so they sent me some paddles and some other things to just test out and see if I liked it. And, both of us were very upfront, because like my goal is to try and play professionally along with doing the videos. And I didn't want to just sign with a paddle company just because they're sending me stuff, but I actually don't like using their gear.
Yeah, it's got to be genuine.
And it needs to be genuine. And you'll see that in the videos too. Like, if I don't actually like the stuff, like, it'll be hard to act super well about it. And they felt the exact same way. They're like, if you don't like the gear, like, please don't accept any sort of like deal with us. Like, we want it to be genuine on your behalf and on our behalf.
That's awesome.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think if your name is Brody, you have to be from California. I think that's a national law of some sort.
It's a law. Yeah, they just put that into legislation, I think.
So you have a ton of content. It's all fire for sure. And I know the answer to this question, but I think our audience, who people are, looking up to you or looking at you and seeing, how can I enter into the world of being an influencer? So you don't just hit press record and let go, right? I mean, it's like you do some planning behind the scenes, and you make sure, everything's right while still being genuine with everything. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, my brain's never turned off, is what it feels like. I'm constantly thinking of ideas. Anytime I play pickleball, some situation will happen, and I will take note of that and then write that down. Like right after we finish playing, even if, and I'll look back at these notes and be like, that's a dumb idea. Like, that's not even remotely funny. Like, there's not a whole lot I can do with that. But I'm constantly thinking of different concepts or things that I think would be funny. I'll be laying in bed at night and I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking of a script for a video that I'm going to shoot at some point, and then memorize lines. A lot of it, I mean, some of it is improv. Some of it's like, well, here's my concept. I've got a few things that I know that I want to say, but I'm going to press record and see. I'm just going to roll with something and see kind of what I come up with in the moment. Yeah. So there is a creative process for me. But I do think you kind of need a structure or some sort of guidelines before you start making any video, especially because it's just me by myself for the most part. There maybe I have some ideas for things together, but if it's just me, like, I'm not playing off of anybody. There's no like outside thing happening. It's just ideas that I have, and I'm just shooting them. And so I got to have a really, really good concept of how I want the video to go, where I want to take it, and how do you want to end the video is like super, super important. Yeah.
And people just think, set up the camera and hit go, and we're producing magic, right? So I love making sure I expose that, because you're not the only creator that does it that way. And I think most of the top creators, they have an idea and they whiteboard it in their mind or on paper. And I'm the same way. I'll be laying there at night and I go, oh man, this is going to be good on the podcast. And so I have my note-taking app open and I just jot it down and then go from there. And are you getting any, now that you're, bigger, and the numbers are going up, are you getting recognized out in the public?
Yeah, I actually am. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Not like going to go to the grocery store and get noticed, but if I go to any pickleball like facility that's like in the area or even somewhere else, like pickleball is like kind of my home, right? And like it's super well connected. I think if you're getting pickleball videos, then you're probably seeing my stuff.
Yep.
So pretty much a lot of times that I go play pickleball anywhere, somebody will pull me aside and be like, "Hey, are you Wes Dogg? Like, are you the guy that's making those videos?" And I'm like, "I actually am. Yeah, that's me." And so I've taken pictures with people. I was at the PPA in North Carolina. Like, it was like in our backyard, basically. It was in Cary, like 20 minutes away. And one person asked me to sign one of these huge pickleballs. I was like, dude,
Oh,
dude,
nice, man.
yeah, sure, I totally can. I think I made the price of that thing go down. But yeah, I'll sign that big old pickleball for you. It's like me, Ben Johns, Anna Lee Waters. It's like, dude, one of these is not like the other.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Wes Dogg and Ben Johns. Yeah, that's the pickleball I'm buying on eBay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I am starting to get it noticed, which is really funny.
That's awesome. Any weird DMs coming in because of the notoriety yet?
Not yet. I mean, I have been getting DMs, but none of them have been too weird.
I got you.
Thankfully. I mean, honestly, that could be funny if I could use that. Somebody starts sending me some weird stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be featured in the video.
Yeah, but I've gotten to film some videos with like some pro like pickleball players too.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Cary for the PPA, some of them had seen my videos and reached out like, "Hey, we're going to be in Cary for the tournament. Would love to meet up, film some videos, and like see if anything comes from that." So that's been a really cool thing too, is to meet some of the pros through that.
Yeah, that side of the community is just like, going to your local rec court. Everybody's just wanting to help everybody. It seems like there's very little gatekeeping in the pickleball world. If someone's doing something great, it's recognized, and then the collaborations that are going to come. And again, I think you're on the forefront of it. We're on the forefront of it, because I don't think, it's been around for a little while, but it is just now getting the traction. The wheels are on the road, and that car's rolling down the street now. So next time you go to a tournament, if they pull you aside and be like, "Hey, Wes Dogg, what's your walk-up music? If you have a walk-up song, what's it going to be?"
Yeah, I think it's going to be "Here Comes the Boom."
Yes.
It's kind of the one that I've landed on.
POD.
Yep, exactly. I think that's going to make the most sense.
Yeah.
It's going to really set the stage for what's about to happen.
I love that. But, here's the thing. I can't ever think about Here Comes the Boom without seeing Kevin James in that boxing film that he was in.
I love Kevin James. Dude, he's hilarious.
Awesome. So, Wes, how do people get a hold of you, and what do you want them to get a hold of you about?
Yeah, I think the biggest way to get a hold of me is through social media. I've got Instagram, TikTok. I'm starting to get into YouTube Shorts. It's Wes Dogg _PB for all of those. I mean, if you're wanting to watch some funny pickleball videos and hopefully laugh and, enter into a community of people that's hopefully really kind and just not taking things too seriously, like I would, love to get to know anyone through that.
Awesome. So for all you out there, please go follow Wes Dogg on all the social media. You won't find a nicer guy doing some funny stuff out there. It is going to make you laugh, and you'll probably spend too much time on his page, which is okay for the algorithm on his side. So please go do that. Wes, thank you so much for being on the Big Dink Energy podcast.
Dude, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. Loved it.
Dink or Destroy is sponsored by the Picklehood, picklehood.com, where you can get all your apparel and merch for pickleball. Look like you belong there, even if you don't. Go over to picklehood.com and use code BigDinkEnergy20, BigDinkEnergy20 right now to get 20% off everything in your cart. Dink or Destroy is something we, hit around the court, and we either dink it, send it over the net, thumbs up, or we destroy it. Not for us, send it out of the court. Steph, you've got something for Dink or Destroy.
I do. I would like to dink or destroy paddle tapping after every point with your partner.
Okay. I thought it was a rule.
So when I first learned pickleball, the gentleman that taught me how to play said, when you win a point, you celebrate and switch. That's what I've taught everybody. I have passed it down because it really helped me remember, like, especially when you're first learning, when you're supposed to change places, because it's confusing if you don't know, like, do we change, do we not? So it's like when you get a point, you celebrate and switch. And so from that point forward, I've always like tapped my partner and been like, yeah, we got a point. And I love it. I feel like it's a foreplay for friendship.
So do people not do this?
I'm sorry. I couldn't let that slide. That was a good one. Foreplay for friendship. How nice.
There you go.
I know people don't.
Oh.
So I've been at a lot of open plays, and I'm like, like, hey, that was awesome. And they're just kind of just switch, and to each their own, but it's fun for me.
I think it's fun too.
Tap it, baby.
Well, yeah. So when we play with our son, though, you got to kind of temper that, because he's always wanting to go a little bit hard. It's kind of like the too hard handshake.
Yes.
or the too hard high five.
Like you want it to be firm.
Or the too hard knuckles. You get those people that get
Punch you.
Number one, who are you? Why are you giving knuckles? Number two, why so hard? Are you trying to punch through my knuckles? Is this the bloody knuckles game? What are we playing? So it's got to be done in the right way. Because listen,
It's
I
just
have
like a little boop. Like, hey, while you're
Right.
switching, you just tap it, know?
Mhm.
And I feel like
You're talking about the bottom of the panel, the handle, right?
people do that.
Yeah, I've seen that debated
everybody-
online a lot.
Everybody because they don't want their paddle to get ruined. Well, this is rec play. Like, tap my paddle. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this back bump BS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever.
If
If they do it to me, I'm nice enough to do it. Like, I don't just hit my paddle on their thing. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But I think the paddle tap when you celebrate and switch, even I love to paddle tap when someone has a really good shot,
I
you
agree.
know?
Yeah.
And I think it's just a way of celebrating. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're out there. We're out there mostly for the fun, sometimes for the game, and a little bit for the exercise. That's how I look at it. So yeah, paddle tapping is something I'm on board with. And plus when you celebrate and switch, then you've got to come up with, okay, do I turn my paddle into a guitar right now on this little tiny celebration here? Or do I wait to the end of the game and ride my paddle like a horse in front of the other
I
team?
think all of that is great
All of the above.
during the game.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
It is a huge dink for me. I say tap it and trap it.
What?
I
Are you
don't-
just rhyming words?
I am,
Okay.
but it's a dink. I'm for it.
Okay.
Definitely a dink.
Yeah, I'm a dink. As long as you put it on my shirt, it says tap it.
Tap this
Tap this.
and then
tap
take
me.
it in the butt.
Oh, it's not appropriate.
News you can use.
Paddle Princess, what do you have for news you can use?
So I was scrolling the other day and I found something really interesting, kind of gross, but interesting. There is a Michelin chef that concocted an old book flavor pudding. It's supposedly like a pre-dessert primer that is eaten before the grand finale dessert. So he dreamt up the concept after being fascinated by the smell of old books that you would find like in a library. And this little pre-dessert is $362.
What?
For musty pudding?
Yes.
Must.
It's like,
Can Picklehead put that on a shirt, please?
Musty pudding?
and it's like this whole concoction and of how he makes it and the butter and the alcohol that he puts in. And then it's served with like pieces of old books on it. Okay, one, why? That's just disgusting. And two, who would think of something like that?
That's.
But it was like this big thing because he's a Michelin star chef. Like he's world
Now,
renowned.
is he French? Is it?
I believe from Spain.
So he's not even like a good cook. not
Them
like a French.
Spaniards.
Like if it was, what are you, Theo Vaughn?
I don't know.
Well, if it was like from France, okay, now I'm leaning in a little bit. They do bring out.
How
some,
do you taste the smell of books?
To me, it would just be like, chapstick,
Musty.
how they have like the different flavor chapsticks, but it's just the smell of it. Like they don't actually taste any different.
Yeah.
Like, is it just the smell that, it's just weird.
Yeah, like grape flavor. That's not really how grapes taste.
No.
Grape jelly is not what grapes taste like.
Right.
Well, that's why when you ask a kid what flavor do you want, purple.
Yeah.
Well, purple's not a flavor.
Every time.
That's how it is
But-
at the gym.
But
Yep. What flavor lolly do you want?
You know, if I tell you I want purple as a flavor, you know what it tastes like.
What is that scene from? What kind of Kool-Aid do you want?
Yeah. If
Red?
if I said I want red, you know what flavor that is.
That's true. But so what would book taste like?
To me, just
Dirt?
like must.
Dust bunny?
Card catalog
Card
system.
catalog system?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm still down with musty pudding. That may be
That
my
is
stage
Musty
name.
pudding. Pudding like Harlequin.
Nah, I'm not going to use that as my stage name. I'll still stick with sirloin.
Sirloin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sirloin. Ladies, coming to the stage now, sirloin.
And musty pudding.
Way off track.
I have a little bit of news you can use from Pickleball World. There is a $1 million tournament prize from the PPA. They've upped their tournament prize this year for $1 million. I feel like I'm from Austin Powers now, but the PPA Tour just upped its ante with a $1 million prize, good for a 2025 championship in Vegas. It is the biggest payout in pickleball history. Pros say it's legitimizing the sport. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, remember what I said the last couple episodes ago about the first one?
It's better than golf balls.
It was golf
Right.
balls.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've moved past golf balls to 1 million. That's not bad.
Yeah, well, it tells you there's a ton of money in this industry. So, I mean,
Yeah, it makes me want to do a Moneyball. I have not been able to do a Moneyball tournament. I so want to do a Moneyball tournament.
well, I mean, do they hold them for duper twos?
I was a level 1 open play.
Oh, excuse me.
Get
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'm sorry as a level 1 open
I'm
play.
sorry. I should lower my chair. I'm so sorry.
So I don't know if they have level 1 Moneyball. It's kind of like everybody put your 50 cents in. I don't know.
Everybody scrape together what you have in your ashtray. We're going to play Moneyball for level 1.
Who has ashtrays in their car anymore?
I don't even think they come
Don't
with
you?
them anymore.
I probably do. I have the lighter still because
Yeah,
I have a
you've got that cigarette lighter.
2013.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's legit.
that's a lot of money.
a legit
A
prize.
lot of money for
People-
one tournament.
People calling people the B word over that.
Mhm. That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dinks soft and the energy big.